Good evening, everybody. First of all, a very warm welcome to all of you, and a huge thank you to be here in these unprecedented times. We are honored to have you here, and personally, I'm honored to represent the class of 2021. Now, I learned about this fellowship in 2015, which was at a very early stage of my career. I was told this program brings together accomplished professionals from across the world. And to me, being at a very early stage of career, it seemed like a distant dream. As I look at all of you today, I must say, bravo. Not just accomplished, unique, special, but you are all very brave too, given the circumstances you have chosen to travel to Minnesota to pursue this fellowship. Give yourselves a pat on your backs for yet another feather in your caps. Ladies and gentlemen, however cliched it may sound, burden indeed lies the head that wears the crown. Exactly 2 weeks after I received my acceptance offer, this global pandemic broke out. With the very realization dawned on me with all those nationwide lockdowns, closure of embassies, and suspension of international travel. Excitement turned into anxiety. Uncertainty became the order of the day. Acceptance, improvisation, and adaptation became the ultimate necessity. Defeating all odds, we landed in this beautiful city of lakes, Minneapolis, in the most uncertain times, and very cold too. We were uncertain about what the tomorrow may unfold. It was uncertainty of the millennium. Unsure and apprehensive, we all were, and yet very determined and driven, dedicated to our goals. Ladies and gentlemen, we are often obsessed with planning our lives, our future. We promise ourselves the perfect beginnings, we anticipate perfect endings, and everything in between. Not realizing the fact that some poems may not necessarily rhyme, and some stories evolve as they unfold. Among other personal and professional learnings, this fellowship taught me and taught all of us to learn to live with uncertainty. When pursuit of perfection comes at the cost of mental health and well-being, it is always better to be imperfect than unhappy. We learn to appreciate the value of human connection amongst all of us, mutual care, and of course, high-speed internet. Today, we appreciate empathy and humility more than ever. We pride in community service. We celebrate humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, one thing that I learned from this fellowship and has been one of the most powerful takeaways is that life is about embracing all its offerings gracefully, of finding beauty and little joys in ambiguity, of telling ourselves that this too shall pass and it'll pass soon. The world will heal and we'll all come out stronger than ever. We may not have found an antidote to uncertainty. We, however, indeed learned to improvise. We improvised. We learned to retreat, withdraw, slow down, and reflect. The secret, I would say, is to stay open to all the possibilities. And this is exactly what we did. Although we missed out on a lot of free food from otherwise in-person events, we treated each other with sumptuous cultural meals from 10 different countries. Unplanned interactions, as Bob told me once, suffered the most. So did our eyes with extended screen exposure. However, The spectrum of academic and professional learning and experience sharing remained multifaceted. Apart from the US culture, which we learned anyway since we are here, we also learned about 9 different countries and 9 different cultures of these amazing fellows. We learned to celebrate diversity. We found beauty in diversity. My dear fellows, as most of you, including myself, have already kickstarted our professional affiliations, which is one of the very important part of this fellowship, I must say best of luck to all of you, and I'm sure you are going to rock it. It is most certainly going to be a rewarding experience. As I talk to you now, we are almost at the end of our fellowship. I must say, congratulations. You not only survived, you thrived. The world may not present a happy picture with the global pandemic, rising inequalities, gender gaps, and the fast approaching climate catastrophe. I choose to be an optimist. The fact that the number of women in our batch is more than twice the number of men, I take it as a silver lining and a good omen for a brighter future, a fairer and more inclusive future, where dividends of more than half of the population of the world would be reaped in their true spirit. This year hasn't been easy. It has been a humbling and yet most memorable journey. Today, we are more equipped to take on the global challenges. We are better networked. We are better resourced. And we are all better versions of ourselves. And that is the most important thing. When I look to the future, I look to all of you. And I foresee a better tomorrow. Before I conclude, it would be unfair to not say words of thanks to people who have mattered most and who made this journey possible. Efua, first of all, for her continued support and smooth guidance. She is one of the coolest coordinators, I would say. Steph and Riley for their continuous support and guidance. Special thanks to host families for making us feel at home. Thanks to all the teachers and advisors for their guidance and insights. It was the Teachers' Day yesterday, so these are amazing part of our life. Without them, we'd be nothing. Humphrey School, IIE, our respective organizations back home, we obviously owe it to them, and we also owe it to our country, Pakistan as well in my case. Last but not the least, a huge shout out and thanks to our families back home for their patience, for their selfless support and ceaseless prayers. Bob is here, so Bob referred to our Zoom meetings as speed dating. As I talk to you today, I'm very glad to say that speed dating has culminated into a happy marriage of diverse cultures. I thank you all.
I'll join the fellows and take my mask off for this. Thank you all so much for coming today. And Danish, I totally see why you want most likely to be a politician. That speech was really great, and I'm sure we'll hear many more of those from you in the years to come. So congratulations to all of you for making it this far. I think as everybody has noted, we really did not know how this year was going to go. I got your dossiers, I think, about a year ago. Got to know you all really well through your applications. And I'm so glad that we were able to make this year happen. I know it has not been easy. I've been the bearer of bad news many times, too many times, I think, this year. But I hope that you've had a meaningful experience here. I hope that you've learned what you came to learn, that you have accomplished most of what you came to do. All of you have your professional affiliations. Congratulations on that. That's a very big deal if you're familiar with this program. And I know that you will excel in everything that you do with the rest of your year. I know that you will excel in everything that you do when you go back home, because I have been very inspired by just the great work that you've done before and your determination to work for a better future for your countries. All of you are so passionate about your countries and want to see it do better. And I'm confident that you will make this happen. And as you go on, I hope that you will reach back to us. We're always here for you for anything that you need. You're joining a very distinguished group of alumni that have come before you, that I feel confident speaking on their behalf, that they would be more than happy to talk to any of you, to work with any of you, to accomplish the great things that you hope to do in the future. This is not goodbye. We still have a few weeks together, and I hope that even when you head back home, it will not be goodbye, that you will stay in touch. Let us know how you're doing. I know that, even for the host families, they typically travel, and so I'm sure you see many of them in the years to come. I hope that you welcome any of us that decide to travel to your countries. In fact, in my case, you don't have a choice. You have to welcome me when I come, okay? And I hope that we'll be able to do that soon. So before I close, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's here, everybody that's watching virtually. Thank you to our host families for stepping up this year and building a community for our fellows. Thank you to the host organizations that have our fellows come on to